In my last video, I talked about family patrimony and the default matrimonial regime in Quebec, Partnership of Acquests. If you missed that one, check out the link below. In this video, I'll walk you through the other matrimonial regime, separation as to property. I'm Peter Guay of PWL Capital, and in today's Do It Together segment, how a separation as to property matrimonial regime can help you protect your assets. The non-default regime in Quebec is known as separation as to property. This is where the couple has a notarized marriage contract or agreement, more commonly known as a prenuptial agreement. Under the separation as to property regime, each spouse remains the exclusive owner of their property, administers the property alone, and assumes responsibility for their debts, subject to the family patrimony rules. So why would you consider marrying under separation as to property? Well, if there's a vast difference in wealth between partners, such a regime can ensure that assets remain off the marital balance sheet, and therefore not splittable in case of a divorce. It also protects children in the relationship, so they'll receive your assets, particularly in the case of second marriages. In other words, you can make sure the people you want get the assets you want them to have. And you don't need to have a contract at the beginning of the marriage either. You and your partner can change the regime during the marriage through a notarized contract. For example, two people married under the regime of Partnership of Acquests can sign a marriage contract during their marriage to change their regime to separation as to property. In this case, any property acquired between the date of the marriage and the date that the regime is changed is partitioned, as it would be in the case of a divorce. Now, Partnership of Acquests regimes tend to occur with first marriages and/or civil unions, while separation as to property regimes obviously tend to occur more with second marriages, when both parties tend to have more assets. Take the time to discuss and decide which regime is right for you. I know it's not romantic, but it can save a lot of heartache later on. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Guay, and this has been an episode of Do It Together Financial Planning.